Save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
It's that time again. It's time for Fifth Street Sports here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. Nick Eber, Chelsea Messenger, and Chip Chirimbus here with you today. We've got an awful lot to discuss because our discussions of yesterday were, quite frankly, well, we should have our own psychic hotline. We're going to tell you more about that when we come back, because we're going to just do the intro, then we're going to come back after break. But, guys, NBA, right? We got NBA, Chelsea?
Yeah.
We got NHL, right, Chip?
We have it all. You know that.
Yeah, we got
each and every day.
Baseball. We're going to talk a little WNBA. We're going to talk Women's World Cup. We got it all for you here today, and we are with you each and every weekday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 Eastern, right here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. And, of course, we'd like to welcome all of our men and women in uniform around the world listening on the American Forces Network. We welcome you to the show. It is a pleasure and a privilege to speak with you guys every day. If you'd like to find us, you can do that. We're on the web. You can find us at fifthstreetsports.com. You can find us on Twitter at Fifth Street Sports. We are streaming live to YouTube at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And just when you thought you had it, we're on Facebook at Fifth Street Sports Talk, just to mix it up for you a little bit. If you'd like to give us a call in studio, you can do that, 800-878-PLAY, 800-878-PLAY. Once again, NBA, NHL, baseball, WNBA, Women's World Cup. Guys, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I think the NBA is certainly going to be forefront with us. I mean, this is a crucial game for the Warriors, without a doubt. And Toronto goes right back to the same spot if they don't win here.
I know. I think a lot of people were complaining that Steph had no help last night, which he didn't. But it's not like LeBron.
They only had
not like LeBron. J.R. Smith didn't even know the score.
They only had two other players in double figures, as it was, other than Curry scoring 47, was it? I mean,
yeah, he went off.
He's
that
spectacular.
Was his best game in the finals ever.
He does, in that course of action, still miss a lot of shots, and they certainly need help. They're missing a few pieces right now. That's obvious.
All right, well,
Obviously.
I tell you what, hold the thought. We got to go to break, pay some bills. We're going to do that, and it's 3 minutes, so I hope everyone will stay with us here. We are also on iHeartRadio, by the way, also on TuneIn, so we welcome everyone to the show. Fifth Street Sports. Be back in 3 minutes.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
And you're back with us here on Fifth Street Sports on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. And, of course, American Forces, iHeart. Tune in everywhere you want to be. Nick Eber, Chelsea Messenger, and Chip Chirimbus with you. Guys, yesterday on the show we were talking NBA.
Right.
Now, I will not endeavor to say that I got the winner right. If I'd bet the money line, I would be crying. But I did say that Golden State were going to score 109. And Chelsea, what did Golden State score?
Ding, ding, ding. We've got an exact answer.
I think we have we have to create a new venue where you can actually make a wager on the exact number of points, not win or lose, plus or minus, but the exact digit. I mean, he's done it 3 straight days. He sat here yesterday and told us that the Golden State Warriors were going to score 109 points, and it was up to you to decide how many Toronto was going to score. You could have played under, you could have played over. Nick gave us the key factor in the entire game yesterday.
You need to go play roulette right this second.
Well, I can't. I'm doing the show.
Oh,
but,
well,
maybe...
We need a roulette table in here to predict the scores.
Well, I tell you
That
what,
would be fun.
that's a great
Wait a
idea.
minute
But
now.
maybe when the show's over, I'll raid my 10-year-old's piggy bank and I'll put it all on a, I don't know, chip. You can tell me what number. But look, the key here though is the Raptors won in Oakland. They regained a home court advantage. They're up 2-1. And Chelsea, you actually had this result down. You said Toronto were going to win this game.
Well, yeah, because at the time being, we didn't know if Clay was going to play or not. So that was obviously a big factor. But I didn't think that they were going to play him just because I don't think it was necessary. Because, I mean, I don't know if you heard Draymond Green after the game. He's still very confident that this team can go forward and win. And I think that's the Warriors' strength is their confidence. They could lose last night, and they're not even bothered.
You think so? I'm not saying them. Do you think you're taking a little bit too much for granted here?
Me?
Yeah. Because you said
Excuse me?
you said that they weren't worried about winning this game because they knew they could just come back with the players. But if they don't get the components to fit right, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble because they were dead in the water last night from the very beginning.
Well, I mean, Steph Curry did all he could do. He scored 47, which is the most he's ever scored in the finals. He was actually putting on a LeBron performance. Not to compare him to LeBron.
Right.
Let's not open that can of worms. But he didn't have a whole lot of help. Like, obviously, it wasn't anything like LeBron did with that roster. But you say that they might have trouble coming together. They've done it before. They've played in the finals. So I think
that's
together.
a big plus without a doubt.
Yeah.
But getting Boogie Cousins back in the fold now, a great player, an all-star player, an all-starter in the All-Stars. Now all of a sudden he's only playing after being back 4 games, and it's been totally ineffective.
Let's say he's in the walk group at Orange Theory.
Yeah.
He's not running.
No.
Bless his heart. He looks a little out of
And
shape.
if Durant comes back, is he going to be healthy? But you said you yesterday right here said that Thompson was not going to play. Remember? And the number, and I said that I thought the number was very suspect at 4.5 low because previously been at 8.5. Now, when I log on last night, it's 2.5 just before game time, which means I was sure Thompson wasn't going to be playing,
Right.
or they got a plethora of money on Toronto. But that
Yeah.
number to come down that far, I realized that there really may be something wrong with this game, and I had to back off because how could Golden State be only a 2-point favorite at home,
Right.
particularly in a playoff game?
Well, keep in mind the Raptors have beaten Golden State with Clay.
But I think
So, I
I
mean,
think they're only
top
two.
and
I
four.
think they're 2-7 against the number at Golden State, and it's hard to beat Golden State other than the fact that they didn't have the greatest point spread record this year, Nick, because they were always laying a prohibited number. They're going to be laying 11, they're going to be laying 9, and it's kind of deceiving because they sort of like just cruise through the season for
That's
the most
what
part.
I'm saying. The
Yeah.
sense of urgency, it's not really there.
Right.
They have so much confidence that they don't really worry about things. Like, that's why they're such a back half team. The second half, you see them really come alive. And I was waiting for that to happen last night.
Everyone was, I think.
And, like, since I thought the Raptors were going to win eventually, but I didn't think it was going to be that wide of a
a
margin.
Well, to beat them by 14 in their place, and by the way, I don't know, I'm not the craziest guy when it comes to totals, but this is the third straight game that's gone over the total, and we were under discussion in the past that Toronto's real opportunity here would be if they could keep the scoring down, and yet,
Right.
and yet they're running with them and they're running past them right now.
Oh, yeah, the defense was horrendous, especially in the first half. There was times when Marc Gasol went straight from the top of the key all the way to the paint untouched.
Yep.
And you've got to play some kind of defense. I was saying, like, you can't give up 122 points in regulation and expect to win.
I agree. I mean, and you always anticipate it in the playoffs. Tougher defenses, every trip down the court having a value, and I think the opening rounds of the NBA playoffs here, we played under throughout the. It was like 5 out of 6 games were all under. And now for the finals to be over 3 straight, and I think it's kind of unique. I think it's different.
Hey, what we were talking about, injuries, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant, obviously. But it's actually interesting because it's being reported that as for the Game 4 line,
Right.
odds makers opened the Warriors at a 4.5-point favorites over the Raptors. Okay, then an influx of big bets pushed the number to 5.5. Okay,
Well, I guess they're anticipating Thompson to be
right,
back.
right,
I
right.
think
and
he
they've been
will be
saying
back.
Thompson, and then of course with Durant's status, that news broke.
Right.
Then the line dipped back to Golden State -5.
Well, so they're saying Durant is not going to play most likely?
I believe so. Yeah.
And you
So-
know what? If he does, Nick, how effective is he going to be with a pulled hamstring
Right.
running up and down the court?
Well, it's a calf injury, which
Calf,
is surprising because it looks like he has no calves. His legs are so skinny. But like when they said that injury, like it doesn't sound bad, but he's been out for a long time.
A month now.
Yeah, but I asked
May
a
4th.
Jets player, Jordan Jenkins. He told me, he said he's been out. He has been out for that same injury, and it was over a month.
Yep.
So I guess like I shouldn't be saying.
But
he's
even
a
if he gets back,
crybaby.
they said, how effective is he
No,
going to
but
be?
it's not about if you're fit. It's about are you match fit? Are you
Exactly.
sharp?
Right, and
Are you
basketball's
in
not
the
one of
zone?
those
game
sports
ready.
where you
Right,
can.
are you game ready? Yeah.
Basketball's a
We call it
lot of
match.
running.
I understand. You're from a foreign world.
Call it match fit, game ready, match fit. Same.
Well, I
thing.
get what you're saying. Cutting and moving and having to.
You never saw a pitcher in Major League Baseball pitch a 2-0 shutout. That is not happening. You may win 2-0, but you're not going to win 2-0. Doesn't happen.
Well,
here.
we talk about being match fit and game ready. I mean, Champions League final right there. Harry Kane comes back after months off, totally fit but not ready to play, and they lose. So I think they
Yeah.
have to be very wary of that.
Yep. Well, see,
Just
this
because
is,
he comes back doesn't mean he's going to make an impact.
I wonder if there's a connection between, said, it always seems to happen when players hold out for either football or baseball, and then they finally get their contract, and when they come in and they're horrendous. They always just seem to
Well,
go.
people get rusty.
Yeah. And they get, I guess, a little complacent,
Yeah.
and like, the big battle's over. I have my contract. And
Right.
Now said they don't have to go out there and earn it. They've already got it.
Well, especially in sports like football and basketball, where you really have to be physically tip-top shape, as opposed to maybe like baseball. It'll be. Speaking of Kimbrel signing with the Cubs, interesting. We'll see how quick he.
Well,
Oh, hold the baseball.
what we saw
talk.
last night
Hold
didn't-
on baseball.
Chomping at the bit over
I
here.
know you are. Guaranteed contracts though in baseball, so slightly different situation, right? When it comes to
Well,
injuries.
I think Kimbrel has deserved it. But going back to basketball, moving forward, I would not look at this next game the same as I did the last one, because I think it's going to be a completely different ball game.
Absolutely.
I think obviously the money's on the Warriors, and I think that's for a good reason. Obviously, Vegas knows a lot.
This might be the one where they win by 2 or 3 and don't get the number.
Well, hold on a second. Their back's up against the wall, guys. I mean,
Right.
You know, if the Warriors lose, they're down 3-1.
Well, it's happened
and
before.
And they're going back to Toronto. I
They've
mean,
blown a 3-1.
It is, yeah, that is a really, really tough situation to be in an NBA final. Their back's up against the wall. This is almost a must-win
So you think
game.
they're going to be putting just virtually all their eggs in the basket?
They're going to have to fire every gun they got.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't see any other option. And
But if anybody can do it, it's the Warriors.
oh, for sure, absolutely.
They got the pedigree,
Especially
for
if
sure.
they have Clay and Steph firing on all cylinders. Because we saw Steph, like, when he needs to step up, like he does, 47 points, like, that's what he needs to do almost
step
every
back
game.
Well, they could
45
just
footer
leave.
right
They could just leave Klay Thompson in the dressing room and the physio table, and just get him the ball, and he'll still make the basket from all the way over there, right?
Right. He
I
doesn't
mean,
even dribble most of
Took
the
a
time.
step. Klay Thompson's amazing like that. He just knows where he is on the floor. Because most guys will dribble the ball or take it just to get a feel and reestablish
Right.
eye-hand coordination to the rim. He doesn't. He doesn't even know where the rim is. His back because he's just got that instinct.
All right.
Right.
Well, we have to go to break, guys. So let's do that. And when we come back, let's talk a little NHL. Of course.
What do I know about hockey?
Did you say A?
Find out.
I got you covered.
All right.
We'll find out.
NHL when we come back here on Fifth Street Sports. Nick Ebert, Chelsea Messenger, and the one and only Chip Chirimbus with you. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports, or give us a call in studio if you've got something to say. 800-878-PLAY. The call's free. Don't be cheap. Make the man pay. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Are you an active stock market investor? Well, then you know these three key words: buy, sell, hold. Those three magic words can make or lose you money in the stock market. What if we can show you a time-tested tool that's been helping stock market investors succeed for over 30 years? It's called VectorVest, an amazing system designed to make smart investing easy. The VectorVest system analyzes, sorts, and ranks over 19,000 stocks every day and tells you when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell any stock to maximize your profits in less than 10 minutes a day. And if you call right now, you can test drive our amazing VectorVest system risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95.
800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. That's 800-584-2519.
Well, we know you've been waiting eagerly. Don't worry, we're back for Street Sports. Nick, Chelsea, and Chip with you. We covered NBA in the last segment, and I think now it's time to talk about the NHL playoffs because it's 2-2, going back to Boston. Chelsea, some big injuries.
Oh, well, we're hoping that they play if you're a Bruins fan or if you're taking the Bruins tonight. Zdeno Chara, their 6'9" captain of the Bruins, he has a broken jaw, is what reports are saying. They're not positive, but he did a press conference today with his mouth completely closed.
He said he was going to play.
So, like,
Oh, sorry, what was that?
you're not getting this visual of him doing this voice, but it's great.
That's probably what it sounded like.
But, like, if you can sum up hockey players in a sentence, that's it.
No, that's
The
absolutely.
toughness.
Yeah, no,
and
absolutely.
so for that reason, like, I don't see him not playing tonight. Like, if he goes to all that trouble to do that, I think he plays. And plus, he's the captain. Plus, it's at home. Plus, it's a huge game, 2-2 series.
Yeah.
I heard he's determined to play. Do they go after him? But the Blues have been a real. We talked about this about what a juggernaut they've been on the road, particularly in
Right.
the playoffs. I think they're 8-4, and you're playing better quality teams, and you're going on the road, and you're really just mowing them down. They've already won here once, right? Game 2, they recovered,
Right.
And a lot of pressure on the Bruins here this game because it's 2-2, and if they don't come through at home, they got to come back to back and once on
Right.
the road. So I think there's more pressure on the Bruins than there is on St. Louis here. St. Louis has nothing to lose from where they came from.
Well, right. Yeah,
I
because
could
they were the hot
guarantee-
team
right.
that came and impressed and have a new coach halfway through the season.
I can guarantee you one thing, that a team with B in their name will win.
Oh, wow.
Is that
Really
it?
Guarantee. Okay.
I tell you-
hot take. Hot take.
Your
alert.
insights are unbelievable. 109 for every NBA game.
Yeah, yep. It's going to be
I
a
don't
B
think
team.
they're going to score 109, but
Do you know why hockey players are so? Another example of why hockey players are so tough. Have you ever smelt one of those hockey player bags? with
I've been in
equipment
a
it?
hockey
oh
locker
my God,
room.
that stinks.
that's the worst smell of all time.
It's like dead rodents. It's like, there's a dead rat in the house. No, it's a hockey
goodness.
bag.
Yeah,
Okay,
well.
it's
And
really-
missing teeth.
Oh, and the missing teeth. Yeah, charming, by the way.
Right.
And now I believe hockey is the sport with the fewest teeth per capita of any other sport.
No question, and that's as of the 7th grade because they start early.
All right, so who we going with? Who we going with tonight?
I'm going. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm chomping at the bit to go over here. I'm taking the Bruins tonight because I think, number one, I think Chara plays, and I think when you're that mangled and injured and you're still making an effort for your team, he's the captain, he's kind of the heart of that team. You're playing at home. I think that's such an emotional boost for the team that how do you lose when you have a guy really putting his heart and soul out for the team? So I'm taking the Bruins.
Yeah, I think the last time they were here, they won 7-2, and it's they're a great club. They as a matter of fact, I think a couple of weeks ago I said that they'd probably sweep through the finals, but game by game, everything changes, and I think there's going to be a huge amount of money on Boston tonight, and laying $1.50 it started $1.40. It's going to get up even higher, and if I was to play it, I would never lay the $1.50 at $1.60. And you don't ever have to apologize to me for your opinion. I mean, if you want the Bruins, you got the Bruins. That's great. That's why we're here. So I would take the Blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So you think the Blues? Well, if the Blues do win, it's going to set up a very interesting situation because don't they go back to St. Louis for the next game?
And if they win
do.
this one, I'd take them again.
Wow, so you are leaning towards the Blues winning the.
Well,
Stanley
no,
Cup
see,
then.
everything
if that's
changes.
how you're
See, now,
looking.
everything changes because if the Bruins come out and they win this one big,
There's no ifs, Chip.
there is no if.
No. You have to put your reputation on the
Yeah,
line
didn't you
right
take the
now.
Blues?
Didn't you
Listen,
just
they only
take the
pay on the
Blues?
final score.
Yeah.
They don't pay on opinion.
Oh,
so remember,
I distinctly heard him just take the Blues.
I would
Okay?
take the Blues.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so then I say if the Blues win,
Yeah.
then they go.
Then you're assuming that they're going to win the series, and I'm saying no, you don't assume that because you have to take each game individually. Game 6, maybe the Bruins.
Oh, he should be a politician, my friend.
Isn't this what we do?
Straddling the fence over there.
All right, I think that's fair enough. But guarantee a team with B in their name will win. So if you
right,
can put a bet on that, then you're right
He
there.
guaranteed
Wow, you guys
109
are really-
yesterday.
We have any WNBA?
Well, there's 3 games tonight, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, the Vegas team, of course, went out to a big opening win and covered easily. and the point spread. And everyone's thinking and expecting the Vegas with the trades, the Aces, to actually win the WNBA this year. And they went out and lost their next 2 games. They lost in L.A. and they lost to Connecticut. So the league, it's shaping up. They've only played 3 games. I think that's the headliner tonight in my mind is the Atlanta and the Vegas team are playing. But there's a couple of great matchups. This Minnesota's undefeated. They're leading the league in offense and defensive rebounds. And they're playing Phoenix, who has, you know who Brittany Griner is?
Yeah.
From Baylor, right? I mean,
yeah.
So
she dunks.
She's great. And she's with Phoenix. And Phoenix doesn't have much else than Brittany. But when you have a talent like that and the level isn't as strong and overpowering as say, balance in the NBA,
right.
One player like that can probably be a little bit more dominant.
I don't really watch the WNBA, I'll be honest here. But is the game finally being played above the rim at all, or is it still,
Hey, listen, there's some great athletes out there, and I can't demean it at all because I can't play with them. I know that. There's no question
I'll
about
tell you
that.
one thing. If you
enough.
want a team to root for, the Vegas team is actually very exciting. They're kind of similar to the Phoenix Suns in the fact that they have the past 3 first overall picks.
And they made this is the big moves they made in the offseason. And the rest of it, unfortunately for the league, they lose Brianna Stewart, the MVP. She got Achilles tendon. Sue Bird's out for the year. Maya Moore, who's one of the best players all around in the league ever, she's taken a year off. And so they've been hit. Their star power has really been hit this year. But, you know, these women coming out of college basketball, women's basketball, are so good.
Asia Wilson.
They're outstanding.
For South Carolina.
Beg your pardon?
Asia Wilson. From South Carolina, they won the women's college team.
Well, somebody had to finally beat Connecticut. UConn just can't win year after year after year.
Did you ever bet on them? They were good.
Absolutely.
They covered by like 30 points.
Yeah, they did. They were pretty dominating. I mean, that was a true no contest.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy the WNBA.
I did. Listen, it's
you
good,
try
good
it,
sports.
like,
I mean,
I listen. First of all, we can have this discussion about women's soccer, which I'm happy to have.
oh, there you go.
We know.
For years, I've not been a fan of women's soccer. Not because I don't think they're terrific athletes or I disrespect their game, because I absolutely don't. But because I watch so much soccer because it's what I do. I only really enjoy watching the game at the highest level possible, and that's not women's soccer. And it took me a long time to recognize the fact that it's actually a totally different game. It's got all sorts of different nuances. It's played on the same field, and it's got the same set of rules. But it's a very different game, and I actually really enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to the Women's World Cup coming up, which actually starts tomorrow. If you
would you say there's sounder team play with the women because of the say they don't quite have the same physical attributes that the men may be able to overpower? Or
the fundamentals are probably better.
Yeah,
it's like softball
like in
versus
golf.
baseball.
I know they're better in golf.
We have our soccer player expert sitting there on the switcher right now, our technical director. But I think women's soccer tends to be a slightly more technical game than the men's game.
More methodical.
It's certainly not as fast. It's not as
Right.
physical. But it's come a long way. I mean, I remember watching the game 20 years ago when I told Fox there was no way I was going to cover this sport on my show, and I had to, point contractual
You're a real sexist
clause.
now.
I was a real pig, by the way.
Well, I'm glad you're moving forward.
And
we're glad.
but come so far. I mean, it is an exciting and dynamic game. There'll be a lot of betting on the Women's World Cup globally, and the U.S. team. It is a genuinely American product, which is another thing I really like about it. Whereas men's football in America, men's soccer really isn't.
No, it's a
Well,
quality.
we're good.
And the U.S. team,
is
and
good.
it is a child of Title IX. If you want to know what Title IX has done, it has birthed an entire sport, really, in terms of women's professional soccer. And these are professional athletes. They're full-time athletes. These are not part-time athletes. This is what they do. And it's not just in America now. It's globally. All the big clubs, for example, in England, all the big Premier League clubs have now mirrored it with women's teams. They now have women's. Now have the women's Premier League teams, and that's what's so interesting about the World Cup this time around. Is the U.S. team is based up of women that play professionally in the United States. For example, the English team is made up primarily of women who play professionally in the Women's Premier League.
Nick, how's the
France, the same thing. It's fascinating.
How's the attendance in these women's leagues?
It's actually not as bad as you might think.
So I know WNBA is terrible, and I was just wondering.
It is.
I bet it's
the
stronger
women's
in
national
Europe.
team, they had like some exhibition games, I think in New York. And
Their TV ratings for the women's team, they're off the chart, by the way.
Personal
like it.
attendance.
But an attendance for the women's national team.
Right.
But that's Americans, and they always rally around the country because we're very nationalistic here.
Would there be more European women at the Euro?
But in the European, they're also starting to fill out stadiums now. It's a very viable product, and I think it's a product that people are finding a lot more family-friendly than maybe some of the angst and tribalism of men's football.
Tribalism.
And I think it's super positive. It's super positive, and I'm nothing but jazzed about it because I think it's a great thing, and the WNBA as well. But the problem the WNBA and the Women's Professional Soccer League here they have no TV ratings because you can turn on the TV at any time and find any sorts of sports. Guys, I have to tell you, I turned on the television not a week ago, and I was riveted on ESPN to the National Cornhole Championships.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
thing.
I couldn't believe they were putting this on. These are guys throwing little bean bags at a wooden thing
the
with
spelling bee. The spelling bee
a hole
draws
in it.
a lot of viewers.
Major League Eating, but then I realized there is hope for me as a professional athlete.
And the esports has turned into where they have the Golden Tee tournament here with odds on these players at the Orleans right now. It's a 4-day event. And these people are paying thousands. Go ahead.
All right. We're going to have to go to break. We're running a little long here, so let's do that. When we come back, we'll continue the discussion, but don't worry. We'll get off Cornhole Championships and Major League Eating, and we're going to go straight to Major League Baseball. Stay tuned right here for Street Sports.
And now, a page from the diary of Flo.
Dear Diary, the ghost is back. This house is protected through Progressive, but that doesn't mean it's not haunted. How else would you explain that radiator-like clanking sound? Or the moon-colored light in the hallway that's gone by morning? Maybe he never bundled home and auto, and he's doomed to suffer an eternity without the savings.
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive.
What was that wind-like sound? Oh, right, the wind.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
I've recently discovered the powerful health benefits of CBD oil. I have been using New Leaf Naturals CBD oil for some time now, and I love it. CBD oil is non-intoxicating, which makes it ideal for people like me. I want the health benefits of cannabinoids, but I don't smoke weed. I never will smoke weed. Mind-altering effects I do not need. CBD is non-toxic, has potent pain relieving, and is anti-inflammatory with its properties as well, and that's why the brand I trust the most is New Leaf Naturals. New Leaf Naturals is the highest quality CBD oil on the market, 100% organic, highly concentrated, no additives, grown in the U.S. The only ingredient is hemp. It is pure and simple. Go to newleafnaturals.com. That's nuleafnaturals.com. Save 30% and receive free shipping in the U.S. when you use the promo code RICK. That's right, RICK. Go to nuleafnaturals.com, promo code RICK.
At Indeed, we understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important to have a large talent pool to choose from. But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just give you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer screener tools that let you instantly narrow down your search. Hone in on hiring with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, welcome back. Fifth Street Sports here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. Of course, we're on American Forces as well. We love talking to our men and women in uniform, listening to this show wherever they are, on bases, ships, planes. Just do your job, okay? Enjoy the show, but, don't press that button. No, don't do that. So welcome to the show. It's great to be with you. We teased a little bit of baseball, and I think, guys, that we should get to it. By the way, Nick Ebert, Chelsea Messenger, and, of course, Chip Chirimbus. Let's do it, shall we? Because we gave some picks out yesterday, and I don't think we have any finals on these yet, right? Minnesota, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Houston, Seattle.
Yesterday's games were finals, but the same teams are playing today.
Yesterday's were finals, but today...
yesterday we had Cleveland.
We had Cleveland, yeah.
And we
did have Cleveland. We didn't really get the Braves pick right, but...
But it went to the under, as you said.
It did not go to the under.
They didn't go to the under. Oh, that was today. It was 6-1 today.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
But we have
baseball's like that sometimes.
We have a limited schedule today on Thursday, Nick, and there's a few night games out there. And then this Minnesota-Cleveland game, which we headlined yesterday, and spoke about Jose Barrios for the Twins. He's 7-2 with a 2.8 ERA.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. He's tough to hit. You see, if you watch him, Nick, you watch these games, it's like you're sitting behind home plate, and you see these balls moving. Some of these guys, their pitch is so live, and he throws a really live pitch.
Yeah, he has great stuff. I actually covered him in single A in Fort Myers. So I got
Did you see the potential then in him?
Oh, yeah. Like, for years, they've known he's had the stuff. Like, he has great, I don't know the stuff term for, layman's term, but, he has a great arsenal of pitches that move a lot. So, it's hard to hit, but, he's had some struggle with his command earlier on. But I think he's really developing into a fine pitcher this year.
Last year, he showed a lot of brilliance at times, and now this year it looks as though he's really put it together.
He's put it together.
His ERA is at 3.27. I just said it was at 2 something, but his mound opponent tonight is really having a tough time. Bauer's 0-4 in his last 6 starts.
I know. Even though I will say the last time they faced off against each other, it was a pitcher's duel.
And it should be, as he's pitched 40. Listen to this: 84 innings this year, giving up 61 hits. And Bauer, and he hasn't had a win in 6 starts.
He had a couple stinkers that kind of threw off his ERA.
Yeah.
He had some ones where
especially
he gave
early in the year
5+ runs. So when you're a pitcher, those kind of blow up your ERA. So you can have some great starts, but those kind of throw off your numbers. But obviously Barrios is having the better year. So if you're just taking pitchers just by that, I'd take the Twins.
And again, like yesterday's circumstance, Cleveland is a heavy favorite once again. And I came back with Cleveland like yesterday because of that number, because Barrios is so good. Why would you give the player such an opportunity to score? Why would you give them $1.30 back when you don't have to? You can make this game a pick 'em on the road. They're 10 games better than this team in the standings, and yet there's such a heavy underdog here against a pitcher that's lost 4 in a row. It looks illogical to me, so I did come back with Cleveland.
I think they're hitting. I think Cleveland's hitting has really...
It's picked up.
Yeah, it's Francisco Lindor's been great lately, so obviously that's something to consider. And also, no matter how great the starting pitching is, the bullpen, you still have to take an effect. So
without question, I mean that's the biggest I think liability in baseball now is once you take that starter out, anything happens.
Right. That's why some guys like Justin Verlander, I was going to say that might be my pick of the day is Verlander against the Mariners because he goes 7 or 8 innings. Last 4 starts, he's gone at least 7 innings. So that kind of takes the bullpen out of it. Last night, the Astros lost because of their bullpen. Peacock went 5 innings, 2 runs, which, that's not terrible. It's actually pretty good, but you put a lot of pressure on your bullpen, and their bullpen gave up, I think the final score was 14-1.
Oh,
so their bullpen gave up 12 runs.
Well, 5-2 is a quality start, and they should make it at least 6 innings as a start to be a quality start now.
Yeah, 6s, yeah.
But Peacock's is great, and like we said, I'm telling you, Nick, what goes on now in Major League Baseball, you have Brad Asmus and a number of other managers that are starting relief pitchers with the intent of only having them throw an inning in the third, and they're going to use 6 or 7 pitchers through the entire game.
The game's very different than it used to be, where guys used to go 7 or 8 innings. But circling back, we're taking the Indians.
I am.
Okay.
I am. And then, was
You're
there any other game out there
I'm
going to
go Twins. I'm going to go Twins because I think Barrios is
we'll
having a great
out.
year. Yeah, I'm going to take Twins tonight.
And any opinion? There's another matchup here, which is kind of interesting. I can go Oakland and L.A. Angels, but I think I'd like to get the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, let's do that one.
You want to do Nationals?
Yeah. Well, Patrick Corbin's
there you go.
Great pitcher. He's had his last start, I think he gave up 8 against the Reds, maybe
8 and 2 2/3.
So, like, obviously that's a stinker. But his last game, he pitched a complete game. So, and his numbers relatively are good. So I'm going to throw that one out as a, what's the math term for when you're doing the median?
Mean?
The mean?
The mean?
The one,
Average,
the
mean?
outlier. The
Oh, the
outlier.
outlier, okay.
Man, this 5th grade math. Still in there. Thanks, public school education. But yeah, I think Pat Corbin bounces back tonight. Even though the Padres are a young and up and coming team with a lot of talent, their pitcher tonight is pretty decent as well, I believe.
Joey Lucchesi, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's been pretty effective. But he hasn't had a win. He picked up his first win last time out, his first win since April 21st. So he's had a bit of a drought himself.
Well,
And he-
some of that's the run sport too.
And Washington is starting to play some baseball now. They've won 7 of the last 10. And
They
had
won on a
struggled at the
walk-off
plate.
last night.
Yep.
Trey Turner had a walk-off.
And you know how that momentum goes in baseball. You're familiar
Right.
with baseball. When a
Mhm.
team gets a feel that they're a little camaraderie and they're playing well, and particularly I'll say this, Nick, this happens more often with teams on the road because they're forced to be together, whereas
Right,
at home
right.
they have the family
Right.
distractions and everything along the line.
You're absolutely
And-
right.
And maybe it's helping Washington here.
It's that
Yeah.
bunker mentality, right?
Yeah, I would.
Together, yeah.
I would definitely take the Nationals tonight. If you're betting the game, just hold on for a roller coaster of a night because their bullpen is very volatile. Like
And-
they have not been good. So hopefully Corbin can go pretty long and they can get some run support.
So volatile is another word for crap.
We're just like up and down, you know, like
No, I
stock
get that.
market,
Yeah,
like
but yeah.
just like up and down.
You can
and-
be volatile, great. They go from incredible
Right.
to absolutely incredible.
but just not consistent.
Right.
Like you don't
Rubbish.
want to.
Their entire lineup was pretty much gutted this year. I mean, Murphy leaves, and of course Harper left, and the shortstop's down for the year with an injury. And
Well, he's back. Trey Turner. He was hurt.
there was
I
a
guess he
Hispanic
plays
or
second
Latin
base,
player
too.
they had that's gone out of their lineup. He was a middle infielder. I was thinking of him at short.
Oh, okay.
But
Trey Turner plays second. Too.
Yeah, they're just, shall we say, a shell of what they have been in the past. I don't think they're a threat to anybody this year, anytime.
I think as far as the divisional races, you're absolutely right. But game to game, I mean, they've won. What'd you say their streak is?
They're 7 out of 10, and
Yeah.
I tell everyone when we say this, they're all big leaguers out there. They're all
Right.
pros, and any one of them that can come up and have a gay like Scooter Garnett. He can just hit 3-4 homers.
Yeah,
in a day,
if the
Who's this
Marlins
guy?
can-
Well, guess what? He's a player.
My husband played with him. He was on the team when
I love
he had
him.
4 home runs.
I love
His wife
Scooter.
is awesome, by the way. But yeah, if the Marlins can come score 11 runs in an inning on the Brewers, which are one of the better teams in baseball, anything can happen in baseball, and that's why it's kind of tough to bet baseball sometimes because games.
It's I used to say it's 9-inning game, but betting wise now they've changed all that. I mean,
You can do
have
5 innings.
major players out here betting whether to be a score in the first inning,
Right.
And they're getting odds on that. And we discussed that here previously. And the 5-inning bet has become really popular because
Right.
of what's going on with the
Starting
starting
pitching.
pitchers being
Yeah.
yanked.
That's
Nowadays 100
Is
pitches.
that the average?
If it,
5 innings?
no, I think it's probably.
No, but it's safe to say
If that's that
that
we're
most
looking for.
starters
They went to
go
this
that.
where they're looking for a 100 pitch count, and that was the alarm to start yanking people out. Well, guess what? Now they're at the 80 pitch count, where all of a sudden we're alarmed that he's getting close to 100 pitches. The game has changed so much. It's
Well,
it's
and we
really
also have
good.
a lot of strikeout pitchers, and in order to strike guys out, you've got to throw more pitches.
Yep,
So we have guys that are almost at 100 pitches through 6 innings.
absolutely.
So it's just a different game. Guys aren't pitching to contact as much. So you get the full counts and you get the more pitch counts. So that's another thing why guys aren't quite going quite as long.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, if you're betting, obviously looking at the starting pitching, that definitely makes a difference. And again, that's why my only lock for the day is Verlander against the Mariners for the Astros. Take the Astros.
All right, let me change. Let's keep on baseball for a minute. But let me ask you this. I watch baseball, and actually it can be a great sport to watch, particularly around playoffs. It's unbeatable. But I don't understand, and I understand now they are talking about this. Isn't it time to get rid of the to get the strike zone computerized and have
yes.
a computer call that?
I think
Because
that's the
some of
next
these-
big move, Nick. I
Because
think
some
that
of
may
these
be.
some
If
of these
I was
calls
running
are
on
crazy.
a platform, that would be my number one
What?
because that's the number one complaint for pitchers.
The number one issue right now, and it's for good reason, is the netting. They have to extend the
Well,
netting.
yeah,
You know,
that's
I mean,
like a completely
but
different. Like, but
they
yes,
have to do that.
correct. 'cause
And but
obviously
you're
we
right
saw
about
that
the
small
strike
fan
zone,
get hit.
Nick. I think you're going to somewhere you're going to have to make it three-dimensional because you're going to have to come vertically as well. Because of
Oh, they can completely do that. I mean, they do that
Right?
in cricket, right? By the way, it's changed the game. We're doing that now in soccer. Finally, added video assistant referee, and look, as a huge fan of the game and somebody that covers it and loves sport in general. I mean, I love sports, right? I really want to know that the game I'm watching that it has got the integrity, the sporting integrity that it needs. That a goal is a goal. A strike is a strike.
Nothing is worse when the refs are the center of the show.
Exactly. And, and they're just human. I mean, and unless they're that crazy ref, I forget his name, Kevin something or other, most of the time they're all doing the best job they can. But they're just human beings.
Well, and
They're
plus
not
it's going
necessarily
100
saying
miles
that.
an hour.
And the athletes are getting faster and better, and the games are changing. The physicality, the pace of all these games is just getting better and better as we as athletes. I mean, look, you can have this argument, and always will. Baseball, how would today's modern baseball players fare in the old days? And you can say that of just about any sport. I mean, you have to look at eras of sports in order to figure out who was the greatest of all time, because you have to say greatest of that era.
And plus, people are getting bigger in general. Like,
bigger,
you look at
faster,
the NBA.
stronger,
As
quicker. Exactly.
As a former official, I think without question, basketball is the most difficult because it's so fast, it's so quick, and there is no time to rethink about it. You're blowing the whistle right there, and that's the call. Now,
and bodies are flying around
they've
too.
They've helped with replay on certain instances, but I mean, there's still, you can't help, like you said, it's human judgment. You can't help when Dwayne Wade drives to the hoop and the guy goes like this and he misses him completely, and they blow in the whistle, and Wade goes to the line to shoot two, and he was never touched. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Well, and there's also nothing you can do about the last 11 seconds of a basketball game taking 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, man. When it comes down to free throws.
Or an American football game, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you just don't want it to come down to that.
Yeah.
Well,
like, you want the players to decide.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's the TV commercials are great. They just keep going and going and going. Wasn't that a commercial?
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was.
That was,
But we were energized with that.
I won't give them any free publicity. All right, so we all agree then. Automate, computerize the strike zone. Let's get rid of those umpires. They still need to be there for other things.
Yes.
Maybe things that they see that the computer doesn't, obviously. But I think that strike-by-strike call should be done by a computer, and it can be. It's just so...
Yeah, they already have the technology.
Fine. That's that's something that's really usable. You can put it functional. I mean, first base would be really tough, and how are you going to call a balk, or if a pitcher doesn't stop for the full second when there's a man on base?
Yeah.
There's so many different things in baseball. It's a
the
lot more
strike call,
sophisticated than people give it credit for. I'll tell you that.
Well, they could also need some update some different stats, like how much snot each blows out of their nose as they're walking
Baseball
along the
has
pitch.
a lot of stats, though.
Yeah, well, it's
Stats
true.
that you
Add
probably don't need
It's
to
built
know.
its history on it.
Add a few more. All right, we got to go to break. Fifth Street Sports. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're with you each and every weekday from 1 p.m. Pacific. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network and American Forces. We certainly hope you will make us a regular part of your week, because we love bringing you this show, and kind of like a happy family here. All right, well, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Attention, this important consumer alert is brought to you by Annuity Action Network. Hey, did you know it's possible to receive upfront money from your monthly settlement payments? It's true. If you receive monthly payments from an annuity or a structured settlement and you need a lump sum immediately, then you need to call Annuity Action Network. With your cash today, you can pay off credit card debt, pay medical bills, fund your education, or improve your home. You don't need to wait. Call the Annuity Action Network now to get your fast cash with no hidden costs. And if you call today, we'll even send you a $100 cash gift card just for verifying your settlement payments and your contact information. If you have a structured settlement or an annuity and you want cash now, call Annuity Action Network right now.
800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170. Do you have a problem hearing the television? Do you need to crank up the volume so loud your family is screaming at you? Then put on your TV ears. TV Ears has helped millions of people just like you hear TV loud and clear without cranking up the volume. For about $60 with a 30-day free trial, you can get your own set of TV ears. When you wear TV ears, you can mute the TV volume for private listening or let others watch TV with you. Order in the next 10 minutes and take us up on our 30-day home trial and very special price. TV Ears is a brand hearing professionals have trusted for more than 20 years. And through this special radio offer, you can get your very own for just $60. Just mention promo code RADIO. So put on your TV ears and make everyone happy. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. That's 800-984-4207.
All right, welcome back, Fifth Street Sports. Look, we keep telling you to give us a call, write us, and you're doing that, but we're too busy chatting to bring it up. So let's do that. We just got a couple of minutes left. What do we got, Andrew? Who's out there? Oh, let's see. We've got Billy Donlin. Any WNBA picks for tonight? He comes on Fifth Street Social via YouTube.
Well, I would. I think this Minnesota, who's undefeated at 3-0, is pretty tough. But I think the Las Vegas Aces are in a spot to win. They've lost 2 in a row. They're playing a team that's the weakest rebounding and scoring team in the league, Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'll stay with Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about this earlier. Aces.
So the Aces. All right, next up. What do we have next? Haywood Smith. Thanks for agreeing with the Braves. Pittsburgh over yesterday. Today, just curious about hockey since 3/4 have went over. The line has moved up to 5.5. Do you think under is a solid or stay far away and enjoy?
I don't like the under.
Yeah, well, no, and at this point, you might as well play the over. I mean, they're scoring. You always got a chance of going overtime, too, I guess.
All right, well, let me give you my advice, Haywood. Fire up a big cigar, have a drink, and just enjoy the game. All right, next one.
I don't like the under.
Let's see. Haywood again. Minnesota Lynx, minus 125 money line. Opinions from the panel.
They're home. I think it's a very short number, very suspect that they're 3-0 undefeated, and they're only $1.25. I would have expected to be $1.45 or $1.50.
Well, there you go. The expert speaks. Is that it? Sure, put it up. Let's go. What do we got? Next one. Where's Florida Rick from Brad Bergman? We'll get Florida Rick back on, guys. Don't worry. And also, Gina Rossi wants to know where Florida Rick is. I tell you what, Chip Chirimbus, well, why don't we dress you up as Florida Rick next time?
Well, I've been in drag before. But I got class credit for it.
Oh, we love Florida Rick. We'll have Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian, and Frank back on as well. So don't worry about it, guys. We just we will be back with you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network and American Forces. Once again, I'll put it out for you. By the way, Chelsea, what's your Twitter handle?
At Chelsea Messenger. It is my name.
That
so it's very easy to
difficult.
remember.
You're
at Chelsea Messenger.
I'm at Nick Gieber. If you want to send me a rude message, everyone else does.
You can go to chipwins.com and log on and be a winner.
And, of course, you can always find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, YouTube, youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And coming up, we'll be talking, not today because we're about to leave you, but we'll be talking about Women's World Cup and all sorts of other things to go. So tune in.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
U.S. and Mexican officials continue negotiations with the hope of avoiding tariffs on Mexican imports. President Trump is threatening to impose a 5% tariff on